Welcome to another banging but entertaining video. Please hit the subscription button if you haven't already subscribed to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified anytime I post a new video. So today I'm about to head into the shower. I'm going to tell you a very fun story of how I escaped deportation. Wait, my exfoliator. Hold on one second. So this one happened like when I was in China. You know, when the whole thing, I was in China when COVID broke in, okay? And trust me, it wasn't funny. I remember when it happened, like vividly. We had finished, okay, let me start from the beginning. I went to China. Some of my mates decided to wait till like during vacation so they could actually go out and have fun and all those things. But me, I had a squad. Our squad, we didn't care. We didn't care. Like, okay, yeah, we cared about school and how important school is and all that. But when it came to a chilling day, I think when we got there, within some few days, we went to the club or something like that. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So we chilled and all those things, and we were still going to school. Like some of us, like somebody like me, I used to chill from like Friday, and then when it's getting to Sunday, I stop, get ready for like lectures, because China University is not like Ghanaian University. With China University, you go to school at 7, you break at 12. Well, it depends on the weather. During winter, you break at 12, but during summer, I think you have to go a little further. Anyway, you break at 12, go to your room to eat for 1 hour, and come back like maybe 1:30 for your next lecture. It's not like University of Ghana when you have maybe a lecture at 7:30, close at 9:30, and probably your next lecture is at 7. It's at 9 p.m. 7:30 p.m. I beg your pardon. This one is like you are in primary school the whole day. You're in the classroom. So what was I even saying again? Yes, Saturday going on Sunday, I decided to like stop and get ready for lectures and all. Even that, I was still going for dinners and all those things. That's another story for another day. So there was this day when we're supposed to go to Datong. We're supposed to go to Datong for the whole festive season, because New Year was coming. The Chinese New Year was coming. We're going to go for the whole the Chinese New Year was coming, so we're supposed to go for the whole festive season. Not a problem. I remember I made plans with some friends of mine. Like they divided us into different like universities. Okay, so some of us were in Beijing University. Some people were in Zhejiang and all those. So I made plans with some friends of mine who went, like a friend of mine who was in Beijing, and another friend of mine who was in, I think, Northwest or something like that. Anyway, so I was supposed to meet them on Friday at Shanghai, because we're going to go for tours in we're going to go to the ice mountain and all those places. So I was the course rep for my class. Over there they call it Bangjan. I was Bangjan for my class. So when we were about to go, my head teacher told me to make a list and select some few people who will be able to go for the whole New Year kind of thing. So not knowing, because I'm Bangjan, automatically I qualified to go. So because of that, I had to push my whole thing in front. So I told my friend that they should go, and then I'll meet them at Shanghai. We're supposed to go to Datong on Friday. All of a sudden, the school said that, oh yeah, we're going to go the very next day. We didn't know what's happening. We thought it was because of buses, but I know we have a lot of buses in my school. Like my school has a lot of buses. So we were there. Again, I think I've been postponed again. So before we could realize, now that my school said that we are not going again, there's a whole virus, you're not even allowed to go out and all those things. Hey! So it means that all those people who decided to wait till vacation to go and have fun, now they can't do anything. No. So I think I had already bought my plane ticket to go to Shanghai. I had to look for a way for them to refund the money. That's another story for another day. My friends in Shanghai had to find their way, like how to think about a way to go back to their university and all those things. Not a problem. With me, I was so lucky, because if my school hadn't delayed me, I would have also been stuck in Shanghai. And my school is like the Ghanaian form of UCC. Like, no disrespect, but the Ghanaian form of UCC. That's how my school is like. So we were there, and then now they were bringing silly rules. Like, imagine you living in a house, like in a house with 4 buildings. Now they tell you that you're in building 1, you can't go to building 2, even though the main gate is locked. Like, you can't go anywhere. You must be in building 1. You can't move to building 2. If they find you in building 2, there'll be a problem for you. Me too, Vanessa. What they say I shouldn't, that's what I would do. Actually, so it wasn't something that I really wanted to do. It wasn't like I had planned it. So there was this day that I was supposed to meet a friend. I was in building 9, and then my friend was in an international, we call it Gorjalo, which means like international student build or something like that. So my friend was there, and I wanted to go and see. No, we're supposed to meet together. This friend of mine is the same person who has been taking me chilling. Like, he showed me China inside out. If I say my Google map, Chinese Google map, this guy was the person. So I was supposed to go and see this guy, and we're supposed to go to the supermarket. Can you believe it? Like, you can't go to the other buildings, but you can go into a supermarket. Like, and that Gorja alone, that's the building that we go for lectures inside. Like, does it make sense to you? Anyway, these people, they always do things that make sense. Like, my school, they're always fond of doing things that, like, we think about and go like, those people, do they even think at all? But, you know, China is not like Ghana, which is like a democracy, you know. Like, over there, when the government says sleep at 6, you have no right to say, why should I sleep at 6? You will sleep at 6. So they said that the law came from the top government. What? No problem. So I walked from my dormitory to meet my friend in front of his dormitory, so I can go to another place to go and get some few items. That one that's allowed though. Anyway, so we were there. I got there and I was calling this guy. He wasn't picking up. So finally he picked up. Okay, he picked up. He was like, oh, he's not ready, but I should come into the building and come into his room. And I was like, it wasn't like this is the first time I've been to his room several times before, you know. Like, in the buildings, there are like cameras everywhere. Like, these people, they want to be able to control everything. Wherever you're standing, these people will know where you're standing. But I got to know that they don't really check the cameras unless like something happens, like somebody dies or somebody jumps a building or there's a theft issue or something. So because of that, I knew that, oh, no problem, I could enter. So I entered, picked the elevator. At that time, God being so good, nose masks. I put my nose masks on, good disguise. Entered to the elevator, and then I think he was on the 6th floor or something. I went to a 6th floor. And over there, like, if you're in that building, you have to have a card. So there's this card you put on the door, on the main door, and then the door will open for you to enter. So you can go to your room. When you get to your room too, you put the card on your door, on your room door, and it will open the door for you to enter. So this guy just came and opened the door for me quick, and we entered. Like, I entered into his room, and then he was doing everything fast for us to go to where you're supposed to go to. Hey, now we are about to go. Wait, this thing. I'm going to back and come. Then we'll continue with this conversation, because this one, they almost deported me. Today, it's a Chinese story, so I'm going to dress up like a Chinese. Yeah. Okay, fixed. All right. So, as I was saying, I got to this guy's room. And it's not like this is the first time I'd gone to his room. I've gone to his room like several times. Like, we used to chill together, you know. I went to his room like several times. So when he said I should come, and at that time too, they had told us not to go. I went there. This guy was just like, at that time he was teaching and all those things. So he had a class. So I just sat down and waited for him to finish his class. When he finished, we're supposed to go. So, hey, we're about to go. At that time, due to COVID, like they were checking temperatures and all those things. Like every time, check a temperature like 3 times. So, morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay. This Elixir moisturizer, 98%. One of the best you could ever get. Anyway, so it was time for us to go. Hey, you know when I was going, just like you have to listen to your instincts. When I was about to leave the room, something was telling me, wait. I me too, because I wanted her to leave that room quickly, because I know that if we stay there for too long and then they can't round to the temperatures and they find me there, like I'll be in trouble and he'll also be in trouble. Me, I'm there for like 1 year. Like trouble now here. But for him, like he'll be in like a lot of trouble. So for his sake, I just wanted us to hurry up and go. Hey, this guy. Immediately I got out. I got to the middle. Like I walked from his room and got to the middle. And then like you see the door, as I told you. Immediately it closes. It shuts. You need the car to open it. And I was walking and he walked past me to go and to go and get ready, like the elevator and all that. He got there, he was like, Vanessa, like I just heard them speaking, like talking plenty. Where is this earring? Oh, talking plenty. And I heard them coming. So immediately, I wanted to enter back into the room, but he was in front, and then he had the key. Hey, God. So, like where he is, listen, there is like a kitchen. I just entered into the kitchen, not knowing one of the witches, the Ayis, we call them Ayis, they're like porters, okay? And there were like 6 of them coming, it's like this thing, and they go around with like 6 Ayis and then maybe 1 teacher, and then they were coming. Hey, they were like coming, and then I entered into the kitchen. Normally, one of the Ayis had seen me, and she came into the kitchen, and then she was like, "你叫什么名字?" And I was like, I was just quiet. Hey, and then the guy came, my friend, the guy came, was like, "Ayi, like don't say anything for the rest of the Ayis, the teachers to hear." But this woman was bent on like making sure that the other teachers see that I am not authorized to be there and I'm there. This case. They came into the kitchen. All of them came into the kitchen, and then they started saying everybody should come out. Like, hey, like they were saying in Chinese, like everybody should come out, like everybody should come out from their room because I come to do a roll call because of me. Oh, hey God, this thing. Come out, and they're all looking at me, but I had my nose mask on, so I was just praying, like, hey. The guy kept on telling them that in Chinese that, oh, I'm from Johalo, but something happened and I had to come and enter and then move back, and then she will explain it to them later. They were like, no. So they took my name and my details and they said I can go. When I was going now, like everybody was just looking at me, like my forehead and my walking has changed. Like I was freaking scared, because these people, when they decide to sack you, they'll disgrace you first. They'll write a whole like a notice and then put your name and your ID number and everything, and then they'll put it on all the school groups, all the group pages. So anybody who knows your name or anybody who knows your ID number will know that it is you that they are talking to. And you're talking to FirstLady Vanessa. This is you that are talking to. You went here and here and here, and because of that, you have been sacked. Hey, like what would I tell my mother? Like what would I? Oh God. So I went, and then I was just like praying to God, and now we had to look for a story to tell these Chinese people. And these Chinese people too, they are very, very smart. So the story too, must make sure that they buy it. So I told the guy that when he goes, you tell them that he should go and look for the Ayis and tell them that I was supposed to go to the Xoxo. Xoxo is like a supermarket. I was supposed to go to a supermarket with him, but when I got there, my cycle came. It's good to be a woman. my cycle came and I needed somewhere to change. And because of COVID and everything, all the places had been closed. So I had to come to his room to change. So I only came there to change. I wasn't there for long. And honestly, too, I wasn't even up to like 10 minutes. I wasn't there for long ago. When he went to where the eyes are, and then they checked the camera and they realized that, oh, truly I wasn't there for long. And then the guy also went to see the teacher. So the teacher was, I think the teacher is like a godsend, because if it was another teacher, they would have just made like things like really, really like difficult for me. I went to see the teacher. The teacher was like, okay, if that is the case, then why didn't I change downstairs? And then I applied like sense again. We're like, oh, because of COVID, the places, because we're not going for lectures and all those things. So because of that, like those places were locked. And then I'm a new student, I don't really know anywhere. And because I was like, the blood was like coming a lot, I didn't know what to do. So I immediately just went to my friend's room because that was the only option I had. And they were like, okay. So with this Chinese people, when they tell you okay, don't trust them. So when the woman said we should go, I should stand there for them to come and say what? I should come back. Me, I knew that my life was in the balance, but I was really scared for the other guy. Like, it will cost him a scholarship if he's not able to actually pay for the tuition and then the fees. He'll be given some like 30 days to leave the country. You understand? And with me, I only had like 1 or 2 more months to leave China. I wasn't really in like, okay, like I could be asked to go home, but it wouldn't really affect me as much as it will affect the guy who is actually doing like PhD. Do you understand? So when they said we should go, I just like left and I became like bassa. I was like bassa on the way. Like I was so sad on the way. And then so when we got to the, like, when he escorted me to the dormitory, we didn't even go and buy the thing again. No, we didn't go and buy the thing again. When he escorted me to the, like, to my dormitory, I was just like quiet. I just went to my room, took off my clothes, and then went to another friend's room. And like I was just so quiet. But they kept on asking me, Vanessa, what is wrong? Like, like I was just quiet. So I sat down and the thing was just like eating me up. Like I just opened up to them like, hey Vanessa, like, and this thing that I'm saying, you know, like 3 days ago, like at that time, someone's scholarship was actually like taken away from them. You understand? Like there's this lady, her scholarship was taken away from her and then she was getting ready to leave China. So I thought my story would be the same. I was like, oh God, don't let my story be the same. Like, because this thing that happened to her, like the entire school got to know her name, who she was. People were even showing us pictures of who the person is. It was just terrifying. And with me, my whole thing was like, what am I going to tell my mom? You know, like, because I don't like disappointing my mom. So I was like, what am I going to tell my mom? So when the woman said we should go, the guy went to tell the story that I told you should go and tell them. No, he went to tell them this exactly the same story. And then they were like, oh, they checked the camera, they realized I wasn't really there for long. But if it was the teacher is a very good teacher, because another teacher, like the teacher would like really, really put us in trouble. And for me, my case was worse because I was bangjan, like I was course rep. And so like you're supposed to know better. You understand? Like when my lecturer calls people, like, because of me, if I want to go out, if my friends want to go out and my name is inside, because my name is inside, they'll let me go. Like my head teacher like trusted me so much. So like I felt so bad that I was actually going to like disappoint him. Do you understand what I mean? And with Chinese people, it's not easy to come by. Like it's not easy for you to get like their trust. And when you get their trust, like that is it. Hey, so I was just there, and then 2 days, 3 days, I was checking my phone. We're using like WeChat, and I was just checking it to see if they were going to put any notice inside the page and see that maybe students of this, and they put my name there and see that they've taken away my scholarship or they've taken away my friend's scholarship. So after 3 days, when it didn't happen, the guy went to see the teacher again and then went to thank the teacher. And the teacher even became my friend and became like the guy's friend. And she was like, oh, we shouldn't do that again. And then she understands the fact that the whole thing is all stressful and all. But we should try and comply with the whole rules and regulations and all those things. Like, she was just talking to me, we're like, okay, thank you, teacher. Like, that was it. Because we didn't want to even open our mouth to say anything for somebody to go and even do like like self-put and ask what's the problem. Like we're just in a hurry to leave that, like, hey God, this thing. So when it happened like that, me in that building, hey, unless God. The only time I went back to that building was when they actually asked us to come back and write our final exams. That was the only time I went back into that building. Apart from that, I never went. Like I always like walk past it because like there was like a small supermarket like in front there. So I just like pass it, like walk past it, go to like market, buy whatever I want to buy, and then go back to my dormitory. Like once bitten, twice shy. Like Vanessa, when things are going on for you, like you don't like when people are not talking about you, you don't like don't do anything for the devil to actually come and use. Cause this one is like, hey God, it's like I had escaped it all. It's my friend had escaped it, and then like no issues. Cause if there was this teacher, she was called on. She had something on her hair like this. That woman, she's a witch. Hey, I promise. If it was that teacher who had caught me, I would have been deported. Me and the guy would have been deported because that woman is a witch. Like, this life, this life, when you are living a peaceful life, you don't like Vanessa. When you are living a peaceful life, Vanessa doesn't like you have to just do things for people to just like talk plenty. So many stories about that woman that I'll probably tell you later. That woman is like, if it was her who caught us, I would have been deported. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sure you're probably asking yourself, where is First Lady going? That she's just up. I'm not going anywhere. Please don't ask me, because I'm not going. There's nowhere I'm going. Like, I felt like this not like a Chinese, because I was going to tell you a Chinese story. And this is how they used to dress up when, like, during the ancient times. This is how the queens used to dress up, like the consorts, the empresses, and all. This is how they used to dress up, and they decided to dress up like that. So I hope you like the look. You probably won't see it again, and I really hope you like the story time. Till we meet again, this has been Time with First Lady. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, okay? And like the video if you actually loved my story times. Keep commenting. I will respond like wholeheartedly. Please keep commenting. Till we meet again. It's bye for now.